All rise for the Honorable Judge Chungus.
Order! Order! We are gathered here today in holy matrimony to discuss the death of three individuals: King Hamlet of Denmark, the chief counselor of the king, Polonius, and the chief counselor's son, Laertes. The prosecution may now state your case, Mr. Sadi.
Thank you, Your Honor. Today we'd like to finalize whether or not the defendant Hamlet is insane or not. And the first thing I want to get clarified is the definition of insanity. And if you were to look it up, it would be the definition, it would say a noun, a mental illness of such severe nature that a person cannot distinguish fantasy from reality, cannot conduct her or his affairs due to psychosis, or is a subject to uncontrollable impulsive behavior. Since this is a court case of Hamlet pleading insanity, we already have gone through the procedures of him being observed for 72 hours by a psychiatrist. And from his observations I see right here, is that there are no signs of Hamlet being insane. And the next thing I want to pull up for a witness would be Horatio. First thing, Horatio, quick question. You are close friends with the defendant Hamlet, right?
That is correct, sir.
Second question. He believes that he saw a ghost, and he believes that you saw it too. Is that true?
Sir, in fact, it was I who saw the ghost of King Hamlet before his son. Marcellius and Bernardo were the first ones to see the ghost, and they, of course, notified me. And I took it upon myself to tell Hamlet, my friend. And, of course, Hamlet followed the ghost, and apparently the ghost told him the story of how King Claudius killed King Hamlet and did not tell anybody.
The next piece of evidence that I would like to present to the court would be from an interview from the Danish soldier Bernardo that Horatio has mentioned. And in the interview, he had mentioned how the rest of him and Marcellus and Horatio saw the ghost that night. And he had said, "Look he not like the king, mark it, Horatio." And that was when they identified the ghost to be King Hamlet. And that would also prove that more than one person saw the ghost besides Hamlet himself. We could have prevented this situation where three people have died by Hamlet's hands because there was other people that knew of what Hamlet could have done, especially Horatio. And due to this, Hamlet was fully controlling the situation, and that basically proves that he's not insane.
It seems the defense pleads insanity. You may now state your case, Mr. Lord Maximilian Renthal James Pegasus Pentilius Timothy Bob the 16th Esquire. I'm gonna just call you Bob.
Thank you, Your Honor. My client is clearly in poor health, still grieving over the death of his father. My client hath in no good mind done the deeds he'd done. It is more than clear that he was not in good health at this time. It has gotten to the point in which my client is denying actions that he'd obviously done among multiple instances. At this point, I would like to call former Prince Hamlet of Denmark to the stand. Now, young Hamlet, did you or didst you not say, and I quote, "Wast Hamlet wrong Laertes? Never Hamlet, if Hamlet from himself be ta'en away. And when he's not himself does wrong Laertes, that Hamlet does it not, Hamlet denies it. Who does it, then? His madness." Were those not your exact words?
Yes, they were, sir.
And did this statement, did you not just deny the killing of a man's father whilst also claiming that you did it while you were insane?
Yes, I did, sir.
Anything else, Mr. Bob?
Yes, indeed. I'd like to call for witness that has seen Hamlet's insanity firsthand. Queen Gertrude! Do you mind if I may ask you a few questions, Your Majesty?
Yes, you may, Mr. Bob. The last person I spoke of this to was, "Oh, it was right after Hamlet spoke to me, and afterwards I went to King Claudius. I told him about it while Rosencrantz and Guildenstern were in the room, and I told him that Hamlet was, quote, mad as the sea and wind when both contend which is the mightier."
As the jury can see, the defendant believes that King Claudius killed his own brother with no solid proof of his actions. The fact that he believes that he sees the ghost of King Hamlet shows that he has lost his mind and has gone insane over the loss of his father. I rest my case.
Alright then. The jury is now dismissed to review these findings and come to a proper conclusion of these. Well, the jury's verdict came quick. Well, it seems that the jury finds Hamlet not insane of the 3 killings of King Hamlet, Polonius, and Laertes.